So many are commenting, when is the listing date? When will Sidra finally launch on big exchanges? And another big question, what exactly is Sidra doing since they have not yet announced a listing date? Well, in this video on Satoshi Guy, we are going to explain why the Sidra team is focusing so much energy on building the Sidra DEX instead of rushing a launch date. More importantly, we'll look at how a strong decentralized exchange could impact the price of one Sidra, and why this strategy might be smarter for long-term success than a quick listing. First, let's clear something up. A lot of new investors want instant gratification. They want the listing, they want the hype, and they want the price pump right now. But the Sidra team seems to be thinking differently. They know that in the crypto world, hype without utility usually crashes fast. By prioritizing the Sidra DEX, they are working to give the ecosystem a real backbone, something that keeps Sidra relevant and valuable long after the initial excitement fades. So why a DEX? A decentralized exchange allows users to trade direct without relying on centralized intermediaries. Think about how many tokens launched on centralized exchanges, pumped hard, then dumped because there was no infrastructure supporting them. Sidra wants to avoid that trap. With their own DEX, they can create liquidity pools, attract users to actually trade within their own ecosystem, and make Sidra not just a token, but a gateway into decentralized finance. Now here's the big question. If Sidra successfully builds a strong DEX, how much can one Sidra be worth? Well, the truth is, prices in crypto are never guaranteed, but history gives us some hints. Look at projects like Uniswap. Before they had real adoption, Uni tokens were just another coin. But once the DEX exploded with trading activity, UNI gained long-term value. The same could happen with Sidra. If the DEX brings real daily trading volume, the demand for Sidra tokens could skyrocket, because Sidra itself may be required for fees, staking, governance, or rewards inside the DEX. That creates natural buying pressure. Another reason Sidra focuses on the DEX is control of destiny. If they only wait for centralized exchange listings like Binance, they depend on outside approval, heavy listing fees, and unpredictable timelines. By creating Sidra DEX first, they ensure that trading can begin without anyone holding them back. It's like building your own house instead of waiting for someone to rent you a room. The listing date becomes less important when the ecosystem already has its own marketplace. So let's break it down. Why no official listing date yet? Foundation before hype. The team wants Sidra to survive long-term, not just pump and dump. Self-sufficiency. With Sidra DEX, they don't rely on external exchanges for liquidity. Utility creates price. If Sidra is useful inside the DEX for fees, liquidity mining, and governance, the token gains real demand. Trust and security. Launching too quickly can open doors for problems. A solid DEX shows Sidra is serious about decentralization and safety. And let's not forget the bigger picture. When Pi Network delayed its listing, many complained. But the reason was the same: building infrastructure first. The difference is that Sidra seems to be combining that patience with a bold move, launching their own exchange. That could put them ahead of many projects who only dream of creating such an ecosystem. Now imagine this. If Sidra DEX gains traction with thousands of users trading daily, Sidra tokens will have more visibility and stronger demand. At that point, centralized exchanges will want to list Sidra, not the other way around. And when that day comes, the price of one Sidra could be much higher than if they rushed into a premature listing. Could it be $5, $10, even more? Nobody knows for sure, but one thing is certain. A token backed by its own thriving exchange is in a far stronger position than one that launched without any ecosystem. So next time you hear people asking, when is the listing date? Remember, the bigger question is, what will Sidra become once the DEX is ready? Because that is where the long-term value lies. Here on Satoshi Guy, we believe patience can pay off big in crypto. Sidra might just be proving that by focusing first on building its decentralized exchange. The real listing date that matters is not the one on Binance or Coinbase, but the day Sidra DEX is fully live and thriving. That's the day when Sidra transforms from just a token into a true ecosystem. And that could be the moment the price of one Sidra surprises everyone.